following video is the recording of a meet and greet session for the subrecipients of the Tennessee Strong Families Grant who operate in the Northeast Tennessee region. This region includes organizations who serve from the Knoxville area north to the Tri-Cities, including Ballad Health, Fairview Housing, Douglas Cherokee Economic Authority, Options Community Help Center, Catholic Charities of East Tennessee, and Ridgeview Psychiatric Hospital. The goal of the meet and greet opportunity was to increase collaboration amongst the organizations and build familiarity with other services being offered. Welcome to the Northeast Tennessee area meet and greet for subrecipients of the Strong Families Grant. We're really thankful everyone was able to take the time this morning to come and network and learn about other resources in your area. And since we want to give most of the airtime to you all, we'll just do a quick introduction for ourselves and then we'll get started. So I'm Brooke Blair. I think I've met most of you at this point. I'm the teaching and learning training specialist for the grant. And so I work with all of our subject matter experts on putting out these large webinars and then also just putting out general training materials that make your all's lives easier. So if there's ever anything that I can support you on or a topic that you'd like to know more about, please don't hesitate to reach out to our inbox for me to be able to do that for you. And I'll go ahead and turn it over to Chase.
I was about to say, speaking of the inbox, I'm the technical coordinator. My main responsibility is keeping up with the inbox in the phone lines for whenever y'all send inquiries in when you need assistance. And aside from that, supporting Brooke and making technical tools and things that help along with the trainings and the webinars. And I will bring it on over to Evan.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, I also predominantly just monitor the inbox, but support the rest of the team however I can. And I'll pass it on over to Darrell.
Hi, good morning. I'm Darrell. I'm the director of SWRPs and the PI for this project. Glad to be on and glad to meet you all.
And Darrell has years of experience in grant management. So if there's anything that Chase and Evan and I can't figure out, we always have her as our backup awesome resource. So please don't hesitate, no matter how crazy the question is, to reach out. We'll try to figure it out. And so without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. We thought that it would be really helpful for you to share, name of your organization, name of your project, some of the counties that you may serve, so that we can see the overlap in who's serving the same areas. Just give a general overview and description of your program. And then also if you'd like to give eligibility, if you serve a specific population of pregnant mothers, maybe you only serve people in a certain zip code, or you serve mothers who are struggling with substance use or mothers who are homeless. If there's a specific eligibility, that might be helpful for everybody else to know about as well when we get into, giving referrals for each other and things like that. And I'll have Chase maybe put that list in the chat. So if anybody wants to refer back to the things that, may be helpful to share. But again, this is supposed to be just a time for you all to network and learn about each other. And so anything that you want to share is awesome. And I'll go ahead and share my screen. And then we'll give a time after each person presents so that you all can ask questions. And then if somebody can give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see. I can see it.
Perfect.
Everyone
Okay.
else good.
Okay. And so since Ballad is not here yet, we'll roll to Catholic Charities. So Amy, if you want to go ahead, that would be awesome.
Oh, you got the mute caught you again, Amy.
My name is Amy Inman, and I'm with the Tennessee Strong Families out of the Knoxville location, and we serve all 36 counties in East Tennessee. The program assists pregnant women and their families. So the only requirement is that the individual has to be pregnant. After that, we can provide prenatal and parenting information, free pregnancy testing. We also have an ultrasound mobile unit, goods assistance. Goods assistance can be anything from groceries to rent assistance to utility assistance, baby items such as pack and plays, car seats, diaper bags, and community referrals and setting up volunteers in counties to help me with this project.
Awesome.
Yes, it is.
Amy, I actually have a question. If one of the other organizations wanted to refer someone to Catholic Charities, do you have a contact information for that, or would they refer directly to you?
Directly to me at this point, for sure.
Okay.
So the telephone number that I have listed in my, do you have the telephone number?
Absolutely.
It goes directly to my office and also to my cell phone.
Okay.
And that's how we've been doing referrals.
Okay. Perfect. I think we do
Email
have
works
that.
as well.
Okay.
And
Case,
that's
do
a
we
different
have that
number
in
than the
our?
one on the slide.
Here, what we can do too is get you that verification.
Pardon me?
You'll need
That's a
to-
different number than the one on the slide.
It actually is different. It's a 423 number. The number you're seeing is for Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our main contact we had listed there. It's normally the project.
And he would
or maybe a
be,
main line.
Have you reached out to them at all yet regarding?
What was that? Sorry.
Paul is in charge of all of it. So he is, you know, who you would want to contact. But as far as referrals for a client, you would
Mhm.
want to contact me.
Okay. Perfect. If
Can I
you
go
wouldn't
ahead and
mind,
give you that number?
yeah, absolutely. If you wouldn't mind putting that in the chat actually for everybody, and then
Sure.
we can pull it out of the chat when we're finished. That would be awesome, Amy.
That's what I was gonna say.
Definitely want to make sure we're referring clients to the right person, and if the project director,
Absolutely.
we want to make sure we get them as streamlined as possible. So thanks for that information.
We're currently planning a big event too that I have a question on. Would now be an okay time to ask that?
Sure.
Okay, so pardon me, I'm just putting this in the chat. I have paired with Union County, which is kind of our pilot community, along with Monroe County, to do an event paired with their school system. And the school system is the Union County Food School Services, and they're doing a massive food drive where anybody that has a child, that child gets 7 breakfasts and 7 lunch and a gallon of milk, and they serve 800 families at this event. So what I would like to do is I would like to pass out our information into those bags, but also I would like to do like an ice cream station where they're getting, the lunches and breakfast, and then they'd come over to my station, and I'd like to do an ice cream truck if that's at all possible. We've got some good rates on it, and it's also a local ice cream vendor that's in Union County, to where families with children can stop by, get information, whether they're pregnant or whether or not they know family members that are pregnant. I just think it on a good June day, it's on the first day of summer. It'd be a great opportunity to really integrate into Union County.
Yeah.
Was
I
that
love that
something?
idea, Amy. Yeah, love that idea. In terms of being able to use grant funds to cover the cost of the ice cream, that would be a question to your program manager. It sort of
Okay.
depends on what you put in your budget. Normally I would think that I would put that in supplies. And if they're allowing, that's just as I would just. shoot
If
it
we're
down.
if we're assisting clients on that day with food, could it go under client? Could we code it under client assistance? Because we have lots of money left to spend before the end of this fiscal year.
You might be able to do it that way. And that's what I would ask them. I would send the email saying, here's what we would like to do. This is what we're
Okay.
planning. And this is how we'd like to use the client assistance funds to cover the cost of the food that we'll be providing.
Okay.
That the food will consist of this, this, and this. And if we're not allowed to do it under client assistance, could we do it under supplies?
Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause I think
Thank you
that's a
so
great idea,
much.
especially there in Union County. I think hopefully that'll be very fruitful for you.
It's a great
Absolutely.
outreach activity. But
Yeah.
my hesitation is because normally you cannot use federal dollars to pay for food. But if you are buying their lunch, you're paying for their lunch, then it might be okay to use that as client assistance. To put it as that. You're not buying the food to pay for meals at a conference or meals at a meeting. You're buying the food to give to children and families who come.
Correct.
Yes. And so if in that sense, then that's where I would put it would be, yeah, I think client assistance makes complete sense if you've got the funds there.
I do have the funds there. Thank you for your advice.
All right. And then, of course, if anybody thinks of anything, feel free to put that in the chat as we move along. And then I'll go ahead and have Kim share about Douglas Cherokee.
Okay, Douglas Cherokee, the program that we're doing is we are serving pregnant mothers with diapers, ointments, or wipes. And that's what our program is, complete client benefits. We have neighborhood service center in the county that we're serving, which is Hamlin. Douglas Cherokee has been in the 6 counties that we serve with our neighborhood service centers since 1965. We've been a community action agency serving low-income families with different things. Our mission, as you can see, is basically to eliminate barriers to people becoming self-sufficient. So through our neighborhood service centers, we'll be able to partner with so many different things for these families, as we already do a rent program, utility assistance, medication assistance. We have education programs. We do FAFSA here. We have Head Start here. So we'll really be, and we just got approved to do the Families First program here July 1st. So we're thinking the diaper and wipes and creams program. This program is really going to go right along with that whole family approach to be able to serve that those people with these needs that they can't use their food stamps for and that kind of thing. So I feel like we'll be offering way more than the diapers, creams, and wipes, but that's what we're doing through you all. So
Awesome.
Right.
That sounds great, Kim. So exciting. I wanted to ask a little bit more about, in your scope, you had said that you all deliver like healthy baby kits to all the families who give birth at the hospital in your county. Can you tell me a little bit more about like what's in that in the kit?
The kit it includes information about Douglas Cherokee. There's a QR code where they can go to our website straight from their phone. We do a little gift pack of newborn diapers, and then it's attached with a ribbon with the little thing that has the size and the QR code on the back. Information about other partners in the county that we're in, like Central Services. It's a huge agency that can help as well in this county. Just letting them know what partners, like a little resource guide, that type of thing.
I think that's an awesome idea. Yeah. Do you have an idea of how many families you distribute that to per year? Just because I'm curious.
Gosh, I don't know. Estimated probably 350 in this county. Yeah. So,
awesome.
Yeah,
that's great. That's such a good way
Yeah.
to set families up for success by letting them know where to get help. That's amazing.
Yes. And so many do need it. That's when they do need it, is starting a new family. You don't realize how poor you are till you have a kid. And then you're like,
Sure.
oh my gosh.
Very true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Just diapers alone are so expensive. So I think that's amazing that you all have seen that need and been able to meet it.
Yeah.
I know that Hamlin County, from my understanding, has a large limited English proficiency population. What are you all doing to make sure that you're able to communicate with your clients who come in? Do you have a community partner for that?
We actually have a full-time bilingual person on staff. that
Amazing.
works out of my Hamlin County Neighborhood Service Center, but she can serve any county. And she is certified bilingual. She's an interpreter for the court system as well. So I hired her about 3 years ago to build up our Hispanic community because it's huge here in Hamlin County. And we probably had, at the time when I hired her, maybe 15 families, because they just don't come in for help. They support each other, and they just don't. They're scared to come in for help, and that was a huge gap. So she came in, and she is like this extremely bubbly, likable person that you cannot not like. Okay, like so good. She's just one of those people that you're like, oh, you're great. So she has built our families. I think last time I looked, we're up to about 600 in Hamlin County, and we literally had like 15. So, and she's built it up quite a bit in Sevier County too. There's quite a bit in Sevier County, which is one of our counties. She's built a big population up there too as well. So we are lucky to have her. She's already said, where's the information? The state should have all this information in Spanish. I need that information. So anyway, she's already on it for the diaper program. So
That's
Awesome.
mhm.
Yeah.
She sounds like an awesome resource.
Yes,
Mhm.
she's great.
All right. We'll go ahead and move on. And if anybody thinks of anything for Kim or her program, feel free to go ahead and put that in the chat.
I'm Wendy Ramsey with Options. We already do a lot of the stuff that some of you all were talking about that you're doing. We provide everything for pregnant moms or dads or any caregiver for pregnant to the time they're 2. So they can actually come to us anytime after their baby is born until the age of 2 also. And we have a educational parenting. It also includes like workforce development. So, how to do your interview, budget skills, credit card skills, things of that nature. Our parenting curriculum also goes into toddler, adolescents, and teenage children. And so we provide that. We work with the local court system to help parents also, if they've lost custody, to do classes to get their children back. Our Earn to Learn program, which is the one that is for pregnant to the age of 2, we provide everything they need for their child. And diapers, wipes, cribs, car seats, formula. Our formula is actually for anyone in the community. They don't have to be a client. They can stop and get any of our formula or our food. So what we're using this program for, because our goal is to just provide support, holistic support. And so when myself and my staff and my board sit down, what do families need help with? And the number one overall answer for Cocke County, we felt for Cocke County families, was mental health assistance. There are not a lot of licensed therapists in Newport, and Helen Ross McNabb and Cherokee Mental Services, which are in Cocke County, is their wait list is very large or just overrun. And so that's one thing that we've added with the grant, is that we can now pay for any of our clientele. Of course, they have to be pregnant, but when they start our program through to see therapists. I will say, just as a side note, of course, I know it's only May, but I've not realized the clients that were open to that until, and then when we get it, then it's like, oh no, all this stigma. So, if you all have any advice on how to get over that stigma, it was like they were, didn't care to share the trauma that maybe they'd experienced or the desire for that, until it was like, I can help you now. And it was like, oh no, I can't, And we have great partners that we've already worked with. We have that will do online in our county and out of our county. So, because small towns, sometimes they don't want to go in our county. So we have somebody in Hamlin County that's willing to work with our clients. And then we have somebody in Cocke County and an online. And we also, with the grant program, have added rental assistance. So that was the 2 things that came to our board's mind that maybe we needed to help. Also with the grant program, we're extending the goods that we can provide for our clients. So we're able to get them maybe a car seat for dad's car or whatever. Yeah, I think that's it, maybe. Yeah. And we also are not to just Scott County. We see clients in multiple counties. And sorry, on Fridays, we do have a translator. So we can see Hispanic clients as
Right.
well.
I love that you all are giving formula just to anyone in the community who needs it. My understanding is that's been, a huge barrier for care of children, since COVID happened and the, supply chain issues and things like that. How many people would you
back
say?
for sure?
Yeah. Yeah. How are you all kind of navigating that and making sure that you all have enough to give out, and how does that look for your center?
Yeah, so it's been really interesting once we got the word out, because up until this grant, we were, we're a nonprofit, of course, and we were only, our donors were just local people, churches, and businesses. And so once we got the word out, I mean, we were having people whose daughter worked in Nashville at a doctor's office, and they would get extra and they would send us formula. We just try to stay up on it, ordering it. We just keep a surplus of what we know, Similac, obviously, because that's what WIC does, is the big one that can't be found. So we try to keep Similac as in every flavor. I hate to say that, but in every flavor that we can get. I actually always say, what color is the candy you need? Because I can never remember. I know the color, but and so we just try to keep a surplus is what we try to do. And then there's the times that we just order it as needed. So if a client comes today, we can get it here by tomorrow. So
That's awesome. That's such a good resource for families.
We have some webinars that we conducted. There's like trauma-informed care, intimate partner violence, and I think it was trauma-informed care more so, if I recall, Brooke, if I recall correctly, that kind of went over the things to look for and the ways that you can kind of get your clients to open up more to receiving that type of care that they need. And again, with building that relationship, like Brooke
So
said.
we are doing a training in that in July 17th and 18th with Marta Cogburn here in town. She's going to train all my staff in ACEs and trauma-informed care. And I have two
Awesome.
staff that are actually being trained in domestic violence right now. So that was definitely something, but we're not professional. So that's why I was, just hoping that they would be open to giving them some tools. But it's family resistance, actually, not clientele, but their family's very resistant to them receiving help. So
Okay, we can go ahead and give you the information for the project directors for the other three groups that weren't able to be here. And then we have a little piece, from their scope as well that we can just briefly cover since they weren't able to be here.
And we are going to share the slides after as well.
And we'll share the slides as well. Yeah, so you can have the information. So Ballad Health, they operate out of Johnson City. They serve pretty much all of the counties, to my understanding, around them, even up into Virginia and North Carolina, I believe, as well. Tara Chadwell is the contact for that. She is awesome. I encourage you to reach out to her. They're providing some doula services. They have some peer recovery specialists to work with women in their Strong Starts program. Yeah, they offer a lot of different services. And like I said, the amazing thing about Ballad too is they cover a huge area. So, it's likely that you probably have an overlapping service area with them being in Northeast Tennessee. And then Fairview Housing. So they are operating out of Johnson City. They offer, transitional and emergency housing. And then they also have some permanent placement housing as well for women who are pregnant and then, a couple of years postpartum. They also offer transportation to and from appointments, medical appointments, mental health appointments, things like that. And then, like some of you all, they also offer educational classes for workforce assistance, financial independence, things like that.
I know it says that they do not serve Cott County. So that they would not take a client of mine, I assume, if her residence was in Cott County.
It never hurts to reach out, I think.
Right.
Yeah, and in likely not, but I would reach out.
I'm sorry.
I said likely not, but I would still, it might be worthwhile to reach out, like Brooke
And
said.
do you know if they work with people that are in recovery?
Yes, they do.
They do. Okay. Okay. I go into our local jail and teach some classes, and they're looking for something like that. So like this. Okay.
Yeah,
thank
and so
you.
yeah, Valerie's contact information is there, so I would definitely reach out to her.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Of course. And then I think the last one is Ridgeview, and Ridgeview is in Oak Ridge. And they provide mental health care, medication management, nutritional education for women in the perinatal stage, transportation to healthcare appointments, housing assistance. They also do some basic needs items, like a lot of you all do as well. And then just helping connect women to other community partners, working on employability skills, substance use treatment, kind of all those things listed there. You can see some of the counties that they serve as well. And then the contact for that is Melody Morris. So now we can open it up to any questions that you all may have for each other, for us. If anybody has another good resource that they like to give to their clients. I really appreciate getting to hear about everybody's programs. It's just amazing things that you all are doing for our families in Tennessee. So I really appreciate that everybody was able to make it this morning and talk a little bit about your program, and it helps us know what you're doing. And we hope everyone has a great week and reach out to us if you need us.